This is the Chrissy Swan Show.
Welcome to your Wednesday on the Chrissy Swan Show. I just got so excited. Jack, I squealed. I said, look on the street. I can see from the studio windows. It's Neil Whittaker and the other guy from Selling Houses Australia, Andrew Winter.
And I said, no, Swanee, it's the budget version of them. It's not them.
I've taken a photo of them. It is uncanny. I was so excited. It's one of my favourite shows in the known universe. I want to interrupt this broadcast for a very special message to my mum, Patty Swan, birthday today. I nearly said how old she is, which I don't think is... She's 81.
On you, Patty. Happy birthday.
And stylish as you like.
What will she be doing today to celebrate?
Well, as soon as I finish this show, I've got to scoot home.
Okay.
My daughter Peg is going to make one of Mum's favourite desserts. She's a dessert lady, but she loves eating mess, and Peg makes a great one. So I'm going to put that together, and then my sister's making some stews, and all the grandkids will be there, and I'm bringing the rice. So it's a bit potluck.
Yeah.
You know, a bit, and Mum's also going to have her favourite cake. Do you know what her favourite cake is? An 81-year-old woman.
Mud cake?
The Freddo ice cream cake.
Stop it.
It's her absolute favourite.
Iconic.
So we found one, $15 from Coles. Good on you.
Happy birthday, Patty.
Happy birthday.
Specsavers is helping Chrissy with her mystical visions. Should have gone to Specsavers.
Mystic Chrissy.
All right, now I've got the phone screen up, but I'm not allowed to know the name of the caller. Just say hello to me, but don't tell me your name.
Hello, Chrissy.
I've got three names that have come to mind immediately. Debbie, Leigh and Marie.
Oh, you're very close with the third one. Do you want me to reveal my name?
Maria.
Mary.
Mary.
Close.
I'm going to say that
But
that's a
there's
win.
lots of Marias in the family.
Are you Italian?
No,
I've written down Croatia. Are you Croatian?
not at all.
Are you going to Croatia?
I'd love to,
I
but
would
I have
too.
no plans.
Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of travel, you have terrible problems with your ears, Mary.
I do. Well, when the flight's coming down. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Most do, Mystic Chrissy.
I don't.
Oh, don't you?
No. Why do I see a Burmese around you or a cat with a unique meow?
Not a cat fan. I don't have a cat.
Maybe you had one growing up or someone that you knew had a cat with an interesting meow. I'm hearing this, Mary. Meow. Meow.
I did have a cat when I was growing up, and when it was on its way out, it did get up on our garage roof and do that until it died.
You're tapping into the decades ago,
I've
Mystic.
forgotten that.
R.I.P. Why do I see the word Canterbury around you? Canterbury Tales? Canterbury Road?
I live very close. I can almost see Canterbury Road.
Wow, that's good, Mystic. That's it. I'll pay that. That is a big one.
That's a big one.
Do you know anybody who orders an oat latte? Or a soy latte? It's a weird drink, a weird milk drink.
Everyone drinks soy lattes now,
I don't.
but most do.
You don't?
My daughter goes for an almond chai.
Almond chai, that's it. It's an
that what you're feeling?
yeah, that's what I'm feeling. You're mad for a hard rubbish collection, Mary. Mad for it.
Oh, Chrissy's so mad. That is my side hustle at the moment.
Stop it right now.
Look, I've got it written down. I'm proving hard rubbish collection.
That is nuts.
I'm kind of known for that as the hard rubbish nut in my family.
How funny.
You and Chrissy Swan need to be friends. Whilst we're on that, what's the best thing you've sold or found?
My most recent one, someone put out these two almost Balinese tub chairs for outside.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I should do this because the person might be listening, but I sold them for $300 for the pair, and she thought she had a bargain.
That is fantastic,
brilliant.
Mary. Well, we can add to your win with $250 cash from Specsavers and a voucher to get a fancy new pair of glasses from Specsavers.
That's the best. I'm
Very
so
nice.
grateful.
That was very good, Mystic.
Thank you,
You were a
Jack.
bit cold at the start, but you really came through towards the end.
Yeah, thank you.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
Who doesn't love paying less for their favourite beauty brands? Love paying less for glowing skin or love paying less for feeling better? Find great prices on everything you love only at Priceline Pharmacy.
Shop in store or online at priceline.com.au.
Chrissy's Clickbait.
So Sarah Jessica Parker, my best friend forever.
Yes.
Can you explain in a nutshell why I refer to her in that way?
Because on a breakfast show you and I worked on together, Chrissy, Sam and Brownie, I think back in like 2019 or must have been 2020, during the depths of lockdown, we surprised you with a phone call.
Yeah, well, I'd interviewed her first.
You'd already interviewed her.
Yeah, I'd interviewed her.
In a hotel room. That was in 2019.
Yes.
And you guys, like, fell in love. And she properly loved you. Not just like how every celebrity goes, oh, I love you to the interview.
Yeah, we got along like kindred spirits. It was the most magical thing that's ever happened to me.
So much so that we got her PA's email address. And that's when, during COVID, we surprised you with a phone call from her.
Yes, she called
And she was
me.
like, yeah, I'll happily call her. Like, replied on the email.
And I remember her beautiful voice came across the studio and I nearly burst. I think I cried.
Yeah, I think you did a little
I
bit.
did cry. She's an angel. And she's an angel for rescuing cats. She has rescued her third cat. And this one may be familiar to you if you have watched And Just Like That. So she's got a cat. She's got a cat in the show called Shoo, appropriate. And that cat has been adopted by Sarah Jessica Parker and renamed Lotus. Now, Lotus joins her existing cat family, Smilla and Remy. She's a cat lover.
Right.
And I've got a theory as to why she's renamed Shoo Lotus.
What is your theory?
So the lotus flower is famously very, very beautiful, but it grows in mud. So there's a saying that says, no mud, no lotus, meaning you can't get to the beauty of a situation without first going through the ugly bits.
Oh.
So I reckon she's renamed this cat off the set of And Just Like That Lotus because filming And Just Like That was not a good experience.
I mean, I don't want to burst your bubble, but I did read on, and the cat home that she rescued it from renamed it Lotus.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, the rescue home renamed it Lotus.
Damn, I thought this all had to do with Kim Cattrall
I love this though.
being a bish.
I'm into this like dramatisation of it. But
See, now
the
I'm
cat
devastated
home.
that it was just a normal kind of, a normal name.
How boring. But I also don't like the thought of her not liking the production side of And Just Like That.
Yeah, but she would hate Kim Cattrall.
True.
And maybe that's the mud the fictitious mud that I've made up to justify the name of the cat. Let's stick with it. I need a job at the Daily Mail if I can make stuff up like that. It's
Absolutely.
amazing. All right, I want to talk about my other queen, Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Apparently there's rumours that another single is going to be released off Midnights.
Another one?
Another one.
Nova's not going to know what to do with themselves.
Oh, yes, they will, because I was surprised that this song that the rumour is about was not already released. It is the great track off Midnights, Bejeweled. And it is a banger. Like, if you're vaguely familiar with that album, it stands out.
I've seen on TikTok her singing this live at her shows and it goes off.
I feel like we should play it just to, send a message to the universe that it needs to be added across all radio.
Okay.
Who am I? A queen in the kitchen? Could be. Now find your queen vanilla in the baking aisle to discover how a little queen does wonders in your bakes.
What's my name?
Who is it? Chrissy Swan's Who Am I?
The name I have in front of me is most definitely a queen, and that's all I'm saying, Kelly. I'm not giving away any hints, maybe the gender, but whatever.
We are doing your Queen's list tomorrow because the Queen list from Chrissy Swan is growing rapidly by the day.
It is. Is this person on it? Who can say? You are on it, Kelly. You are one of my queens.
Oh, thank you.
Look, I was supposed to make my world famous triple layer coconut cake today, but I don't have time. It's my mum's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday to your mum.
Yes, I'll pass that on. I'll say when I'm seeing her tonight over stew and rice, I'll say, Kelly says happy birthday, Patty Swan. Let's give you some cash thanks to Queen Baking. Clue number 1 starts with $500. Take $100 off every time you get one wrong. When being interviewed, I am known for singing my responses. She does it all the time and I love it.
Madonna.
No. Question number 2. Clue number 2. I was born and raised in Darwin in the Northern Territory. There's not too many that we know from Darwin.
Margot Robbie.
No. Number 3.
Bugger.
I was a runner-up on Australian Idol in 2006, but now I'm a judge on The Voice.
Ricky. Hang on.
You know her.
I do know her. Oh my god.
She's gorgeous.
Malboy.
Yes, it is Jessica Malboy.
$300 cash.
$300 cash, and what a banger!
Yay! My daughter had to help me with that.
My daughter's obsessed with Jess Malboy. Every time she comes on television, without fail, Peg goes, Mum, would you say that Jess Malboy is your real friend? And I say, yes, I do.
Absolutely she is.
Yes, absolutely. And then she'll go, well, call her. And I'm like, I don't know whether I really want to call Jess Malboy just to prove that I'm your friend.
The Chrissy Swan Show. The Chrissy Swan Show.
One of my favourite human beings in the world. I mean, I would have her on the show to talk about dinner, but she has released a new book. Here she is, Leigh Sales.
I can talk about dinner if you want. I can talk about anything.
Well, what'd you have? Because I've got some tandoori chicken from last night. I had an Indian feast complete with soundtrack, Leigh.
That is so funny that you say that because I got Uber Eats Indian last night and I'm having leftover butter chicken tonight.
Yum.
How good. How good.
I know. I'm one of those people that never orders Indian without getting butter chicken. And I know that's a cliche, but it's the best.
It is the best thing on the menu. And every time I deviate from it, I regret it deeply.
Same here. Do you know what, though? Last night when I was eating, my children, who had already eaten their dinner, because I was eating a bit after them, literally clustered around like seagulls and were pulling food off my plate. They just got their own forks and were eating off my plate.
Absolutely.
So if anyone could take them off my hands, please ring in to the Chrissy Swan Show.
Did you sit down and watch yourself back on the project, Leigh? Because I did see your interview last night and I loved it between you and Waleed.
Oh, that's so nice. Do you know what? Waleed rolled for 40 minutes on that for like a 6-minute segment. So I was wondering, was it like, how did they cut that up? It must have been very choppy.
It was very interesting and compelling. So they definitely picked the best 6 mins.
Oh, well, that's good to hear. I'm very glad. Otherwise, I would have had to be after Waleed today
Your last,
serious way.
Your last book, Any Ordinary Day, was magnificent. You've got a new one, Storytellers. Tell us about it, please, Leigh.
So it's basically me talking to lots of household name journos, Carl Stefanovic, Tracy Grimshaw, the great Laurie Oakes, who used to be the Channel 9 political editor, about how they do their jobs. Because there's lots of tools, I think, that we use as journalists that all of us can use in our everyday lives to be better storytellers. Because, you know, when you think of it, whether you're chatting to your neighbour over a fence or in your workplace or whatever, storytelling is what connects us to each other as human beings, and so being good at it, you know, is important. And also lots of people ask me, sorry to rabbit on, lots of people ask me all the time too questions about behind the scenes of media and how journos do their jobs. So I think people probably would be interested. Well, I hope so.
Fascinating. You mentioned Carl Stefanovic. If he hadn't agreed to do your book, would you have had a big public sook about it?
I would not. I go back a long way with Carlos. In fact, my mother read this book on the weekend and she rang me and she said, oh, Carl, I thought he'd be very cocky. He's not cocky at all. Because he talks about how when he started out, he used to get so nervous and he said he'd be sweating so horrifically. She was like, oh, I didn't think that's what Carl was like. Thought he was a very confident man.
He can be confident, but he is a sweater. I think you're either a sweater or you're not a sweater.
Well, I'm not. What are you?
I'm not. No, I'm
Same.
cold. I'm cold like a reptile.
I learnt last night, Leigh, though, that you can be a spewer a few days before your interviews.
And a shaker. I'm a spewer and a shaker.
Really?
Which, for TV, that's probably better than being a sweater.
True.
Because you can spew and it's out.
I am neither. I don't think I get nervous.
Wow, that's fascinating. So what, is there anything that would make you nervous? Any form of public speaking? I get the full body shakes and then I get really nauseous.
I suppose I would get nervous. I get intimidated and I feel very self-conscious if this is a really niche situation, but if I'm sort of stuck talking to a man who is very smart and accomplished,
I know the scenario you're talking about here.
Yeah.
You should, in your own mind, say to yourself, I should not be intimidated by this person because I also am very smart and accomplished. You shouldn't be intimidated by a dude like that.
But if I can't talk about Tony Hadley from Spandau Ballet with somebody, I can't. I've got nowhere to go, Lee.
Oh, speaking of which, I mean, this is terrible because we're basically saving a real life catch up and just having it on your radio show. I know that's very indulgent. But have you watched the Wham doco?
Lee, have I? Yes.
How good was it?
My boobs are tingling just when you mentioned it. That's like the universal sign of something very good. Honestly, wasn't it the most beautiful story of friendship and genius?
It was absolute heaven. And Andrew Ridgeley, everyone needs a friend like Andrew Ridgeley.
Yes. And also a friend like George Michael, because thanks to him, Andrew Ridgeley could retire to the English countryside on $40 million.
Look, I'd very happily have George Michael or Andrew Ridgeley, let's face it. But I wonder if the success of that doco is going to mean that all those amazing 80s bands are going to be looking to do the same. Like, are we going to get the Spandau Ballet doco?
If there is a God. If there is a God. All right, let's take you through this Tight 5.
Tight 5.
With my darling Leigh Sales. What is your favourite hour of the day?
I reckon the last hour before I go to sleep, because me and the kids watch something on the lounge together and they're very cuddly and they're just bedtime cuddly. It's good. It's great.
Oh, and you smell their little hairdos. And
all right. Except they like putting their cold feet on my stomach and I hate that.
Ooh.
Really? That's a very unusual form of torture.
They find it hilarious. They start to lift up my jumper and they'll just be like laughing their heads off, and then one of them holds me down while the other one warms their feet on my stomach.
Oh my gosh. All right, you're in a bakery and you are in front of the cabinet. There's an almond croissant, a plain croissant and a pain au chocolat. Which one do you choose?
Almond.
Yes.
Yeah. What do you go for?
Plain.
Plain?
Boring.
Is it boring?
An almond croissant is the best. Heated up too. Oofed.
Oh, so good. Yeah, I love them.
God, I'd like one right now. Leigh Sales, can you see what I'm wearing? I'm standing up so that you can see.
Yep.
All right.
A bum bag.
A bum bag.
Yep.
Would you ever wear a bum bag? Where do you stand on bum bags?
I probably wouldn't go the bum bag, but I can see that it's convenient. I don't want to be judgy of you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Leigh Sales. Now, I'm going to send you a bum bag and you are going to change your mind.
Grab Leigh's new book, Storytellers. It's available in all good bookstores and online now. Thank you so much for joining us, Leigh.
Oh, thank you. Love you guys.
This is the Chrissy Swan Show.
Speaking of Fred's big run, tomorrow is the last day. That's it. 30th and the 31st. That's all I've got to go.
Fast, Swanee.
I know. And I haven't reached the 300 yet. I'm confident that I will.
What have you got
who
left?
knows? What if I walk out of work today and I get run over by a bus and then I get my wish to go to hospital? You never know. But I'm going to do everything I can to try and get there. I don't know what my total is. I'm going to have to check
the bus or the 300 kilometres?
Well, listen, if I'm really far from the 300 kilometres, I'll be chasing a bus, don't you worry. No, if you want to get behind me, it is not too late. I have set a very lofty donation goal of $200,000. Probably not going to get there, but that's okay. Just $25 saves somebody from avoidable blindness. It's so
Jump on our Instagram. There is a link in our bio to donate, and tomorrow is a double donation day. And what that means is if you donate $25, it will be matched, and $50 will be donated on your behalf.
That's it. This is an amazing offer.
So make sure you do it. If you don't do it today, definitely do it tomorrow.
Well, who on earth is going to do it today, Jack, when they can save it for 24 hours and get double?
Or just do it both days and be really generous.
Chrissy's Quizzy.
Now, full disclosure, I'm at the stage of my illness where I'm now just having impromptu coughing fits.
Love that.
And we are a live radio show. I may or may not have done a full wee about 5 minutes ago because, I was possessed by the coughing devil. Sarah and Susie, have you ever done this?
No, I haven't. No. I'm very excited.
Yes, I was excited too.
You were talking about the weeing or the quiz?
Oh.
The weeing. The weeing.
Right.
Coughing fit I was talking about. I was talking about a coughing fit. Have you ever had a coughing fit, Sarah?
Yes, I have had a coughing fit.
Aren't they the worst?
Yes, the total word.
I know, because I got this illness it's really got bad on Friday, but the coughing is like the second phase. It's very irritating. Anyway, let's get you a bum bag, or you, Susie, a bum bag. Let's do it. Your names are your buzzers. It's the best of 5, meaning the first person to get 3 answers correct wins the game, and we'll walk away with a Money Can't Buy Chrissy Swan Show bum bag. Let's do it. Question number 1. In a world first, a live what was found in an Australian woman's brain?
Susie.
Yes, Susie.
A worm.
Yes. Question number 2. Today is Cameron Diaz's birthday. Name a movie she starred in.
Cameron Diaz. I mean, Sarah.
Yes, Sarah.
The Charlie's Angel.
Correct.
Natalie Cook, one of the great characters.
One of the great characters. It's her birthday. How old do you reckon she is?
I don't know. Ask Alexa Swanee. I'll put her mic on.
Oh, my God. I love Alexa. Alexa, how old is Cameron Diaz?
Cameron Diaz is 51 years old.
51! Didn't she have a baby last year or something? She said late
looks
baby.
amazing.
She does look amazing.
1 point each. Question number 3.
Amsterdam is the capital of which country?
Sarah.
Sarah.
Netherlands?
Yes.
No, it's not.
Yes,
Oh,
it is.
Oh, great.
Question number 4.
This one's for the win, Sarah.
Which iconic Australian jockey has announced his retirement?
Oh, Sarah.
Yes, Sarah.
Damien Oliver. He's the only one.
Yes, Sarah.
Oh, well done, Sarah.
You absolutely won. Did you hear how nice Susie is?
I
Congratulations,
know.
Sarah.
Susie, I'm sorry. It's okay. It's okay.
My listeners
You
are the
were very
best
quick
listeners.
and
My
good.
listeners
That's
are
good.
the best listeners ever.
And Sarah's from Toowong. What a great place to say.
If you don't say Toowong, it's Toowong, isn't it, Sarah?
Too long.
It's
Don't make
Toowong.
it right.
Toowong.
Yes.
Great shopping centre. Escalators for the win.
Yes. Yes.
The Chrissy Swan Show. The Chrissy Swan Show.
We're about to talk hummus. Okay? Pull up a stool. Because it is the most popular dip by far. But there is hummus and then there is hummus, right? And I buy it every week. I love it. But the best hummus is from ALDI. And
Huge.
I will die on this hill. The reason that I go into ALDI and put myself through the enormous anxiety of the checkout, because it's still very... Do you even know about the checkout at ALDI?
Mate, Prahran Market. Next to Prahran Market's ALDI. So whenever I go to the market, I stop by ALDI and you feel like you're on fast forward. Because it's double time.
I if I'm with someone, I have to stop talking. I literally roll up my sleeves and I go, just wait. I'm not in the right position. And then I go. And that's how it happened. I remember the first time it happened, I nearly lost my mind. I thought, I feel like I'm on supermarket sweep.
It's so hectic.
But I will go to ALDI until the day I die, and my first stop is the hummus. I'm there for the hummus.
You go purely for that dip.
I go purely for the hummus, and then I end up with a ski set and
Obviously.
a movable heater, all that sort of stuff. But I'm there for the hummus.
And you mentioned this on air a couple of days ago, and we were going to save this for Chrissy's correspondence, but I know that you like a tub. If you love something, you want it in a tub.
Oh, if I can get it anything in a kilo, I will get it.
But you thought you couldn't get this in a tub, but we've had a few listeners DM us and say that you can buy this hummus in a kilo tub from
The
ALDI.
Deli Originals from ALDI in a 1 kilo tub.
That is my present.
How come
to you.
I've never seen it?
I know, weird. Well, it's funny you say that because my family have the same thing with ALDI. They go for one specific thing.
What do they go for?
And they go for the grass-fed eye fillet. And it was one of those times Mum and Dad had cooked me dinner. I'm like, this meat is elite. Which butcher did you go to?
Really?
And they looked at me, knowing me, being like, it's ALDI, mate.
And then did you go,
No, I loved it.
Wow.
Mum even sent me a photo of the product.
I feel it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, and it comes in a kilo pack, which is what you need.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. I didn't realise. Why do you go to ALDI? There's one product that you're there for that is always first on your list to put in the trolley at ALDI. What is it?
Yeah, let's start a list.
My
And-
mum's mad. Pat Swan for the dumplings.
Oh, yum.
Yeah.
What flavour?
Ginger and prawn, I believe.
Heaven.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
We are talking ALDI because sometimes there are things at ALDI that you would just like cross the city for. You can't buy it anywhere else because they have the best thing. For me, it's hummus. They have the most amazing hummus. I could just eat it with a spoon.
And you can buy it in a kilo tub, we've learned. So that's a good tip.
I'm there tomorrow.
For me and my family, it's the organic grass-fed eye fillet.
Do you have a price on that?
I don't, but I reckon I could get it for you.
Try and find it before the end, even though we've
Googled it.
You know, it's only you and me in here, but I would like to know how much that is.
Let me get back to you.
Because that is a very expensive cut of meat.
I know, but I think it's reasonable.
Why do you go to ALDI? What is the one product that gets you there every single time, Lara?
Hi. Look, I would have said hummus first, Chrissy.
How good is it?
The eye fillet is amazing, melts in your mouth, and the price, I think, is like half the price of a butcher.
Yeah,
and I would definitely go for that. But for us, it's the mac and cheese patty.
What is this? What is this alchemy?
If you've got kids, you will love these.
Okay, I'm writing a list. Yep.
Friday night treat. We love these patties. We pop them in the oven. It's mac and cheese inside a crumbed patty.
Oh, like a croquette.
Yes.
Done.
Oh, God. And they'd go great in the air fryer, Lara, I bet.
Well, if I had one of those, I would definitely put them in there.
You've got to get one.
Well,
straight in the oven.
You don't have an air fryer, Lara, but you now have an Amazon Echo Show with Alexa. Melissa, what is the one reason you go to ALDI?
That's the fancy one. Melissa, why do you go to ALDI?
Pretzels. We love their pretzels.
Okay, talk to me because I'm a pretzel aficionado.
Chrissy and I had a conversation off air on Monday and she said, Jack, you have to stop allowing me to eat pretzels because she just sits in our office.
I just eat pretzels
on them
all day long, but I'm very fussy. What is the salt? What is the salt ratio like?
They're crunchy, they're so cheap, and they're good for you.
How are they good for you?
Well, because they taste good and they're not too bad for you.
But do they have the whole crystallised salt on them?
Oh, yeah, and then when you get to the bottom of the bag and there's like you run your finger around and you get all the salt that's fallen into the bottom, it's just amazing.
That is my favourite. Okay.
Best.
Mac and cheese patty and pretzels. What else am I adding, Steph?
The ALDI version of kettle chips. They're called Blackstone. My favourite flavour is the chili, but they're a bigger packet than kettle chips. They are, and they're half the price. So
Fantastic.
They're $2.99 at ALDI, whereas at the other stores they're like $6 or $7.
Steph, you are a big fan and you've come with all the information and it is on the list, Steph. I love it.
And she's at head office. An Amazon Echo Show with Alexa for you too, Steph. Andrea, what's the one reason you go to ALDI?
Hey, good afternoon, guys. I go for the Dyson washing deodorizer. It is amazing.
What is a washing deodorizer?
So, you know, like in the school uniforms and the kids get that, it's that synthetic fabric and they get real like smelly under the arms. I just put a little tiny bit, the same amount that you will put a fabric softener in this fabric softener thing.
Oh, my gosh.
And none of my uniforms, they don't smell. And it's half, like it's actually nearly a quarter of the price of the canister that you can buy in other shops.
You are doing God's work here, Andrea.
Amazon Echo Show for you, Andrea. Kristen, why do you go to ALDI? ALDI?
I go for the Skidoo biscuits.
Okay, what are they?
They are a biscuit base with a little bit of caramel with then chocolate topping.
Oh, my God.
And then on top of that, little mini Smarties.
What? They sound amazing.
6-pack for $2.49.
Oh, my God. I love how everyone knows the actual prices.
Back to front. Amazon Echo for you, Christian. Let's really quickly finish with Kylie. Kylie, why do you go to ALDI?
I go to ALDI for the fat spanakopita.
Oh, my God, my mum loves that. And it's a big snaky one. You whack it in the oven. Yes, it. Kylie. All right, I've got a very eclectic list here.
Chrissy's Clickbait.
Kylie Minogue has announced an audience with at a London show at the Royal Albert Hall. Now, you may have seen Adele's audience with.
It was great.
I feel like there was another one too. Maybe Hugh Jackman? I don't know. But it's almost a cross between a little retrospective of all their tunes and This Is Your Life.
Totally.
You know?
Because a lot of producing goes into it. I remember with Adele, the moment that sticks out for me was when her high school teacher, I think it was, surprised her.
Yes.
And Adele became really emotional. So there's lots of little gold nuggets of content in between the songs.
Yes. I wonder if, the guy that took her coin at the Rotary Club at the Camberwell Market is going to be there for Kylie, because she spent a lot of her youth at the Camberwell Market. And with annoying teenagers, not naming any names, just staring at her and Jason Donovan. Can you believe what that would have been like back in the day? Camberwell Market, me as maybe a teenager and her just a little bit older, seeing her with her brand new boyfriend Jason Donovan walking around Camberwell Market. I mean, I nearly...
Yeah, it would have blown my mind.
I nearly died.
Would they get approached a lot? Or were people pretty respectful?
No, they weren't respectful. Oh, okay. No. I think people are more respectful now.
Yeah, okay.
But back then, to see a famous person... It's different with social media. You can, I can direct message Sarah Jessica Parker and she may get back to me. Back then, there was a real division and you never, ever were able to communicate or see them in the flesh. So to see them live was amazing.
In the wild would be an experience.
It was an experience. And in my backyard, I mean, it was extraordinary. Miley Cyrus, now she is a smart cookie. Don't kind of label her if you don't really listen to what she says. I think she's a very interesting, clever woman. And she's got a new song out, fresh this week. I've got to give this a bit more of a crack. Maybe I'll dedicate the next bit of my Fred's Big Run to this song on repeat, and then I'll be in love with it. Because I love it already, but I don't know all the words, and I've got to know all the words.
And that makes you love it when you know the words.
Absolutely. So she doesn't like touring. And I believe that she said she won't be touring anymore because it's not good for her.
Yeah, and upset her fans when she said that earlier this year.
Yeah, I imagine it would, but I just thought her reasons were so articulate and interesting. Have a listen.
Having every day the relationship between you and other humans being subject and observer isn't healthy for me, because it erases my humanity and my connection. And without my humanity, my connection, I can't be a songwriter, which is my priority. You ever seen a girl that's been on tour for 2 years? They come back with facial hair. I'm telling you. I'll tell you right now. I got dermaplane when I was on Banger. We hear from Miley, but we got ZZ Top.
This is the thing. That sentence that she said. She's done a lot of work to come to that conclusion.
Completely, because that sounds like something a therapist has said to her and it's resonated with her. And she regurgitates it, but it's so accurate. Like, you really get it.
I know. I reckon she's come up with that herself, and it started with a therapist and her saying, what is wrong with me? Why does everyone love to tour, but I don't? And she's delved and delved and delved, and that's what she's come up with. And I think we just have to respect it.
I agree. Well, I mean, she's the perfect artist for you because, as you revealed in sweeping statements earlier this year, you hate going to live music concerts.
And also, I'm in my hermit era, so it's Miley for life. Now, if you've been listening since, if you listened yesterday, you would have known that I was giving tandoori chicken a crack.
Mm.
I had the leftovers here and I did bring them in for you, but you're not a curry guy.
Not massively.
No, so I'm looking for Joel Creasy. Is he here yet?
I think he'd be in the office.
He did slide into my DMs and said, Swanee, if there's any chance of leftovers, can you bring them in? I have a full tub. Oh my God, it worked so beautifully. If you were following along, you just whack them on a rack, on a tray in a 240-degree oven.
And did we find out the duration, like I was wondering about
how long
yesterday?
To leave it in there for? Oh, 25.
See, this is like, that's not helpful.
25 minutes, 25, until it starts to smell good.
Now check this out.
The Chrissy Swan Show is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.